stone people when they get heated up in the circle and come back into that dark place. Thank you so very much, Christina. Next up, we have Black Mother Scholar and Writing Proficient Ethnic Studies student, Tanisha Avery-Harmon, who was in my class a few semesters ago and keeps sending me poetry through email, and I so very much appreciate it. So I said, hey, do you want to share at the Indigenous Peoples Day? And she's like, hell yeah, let's do this. Give it up to Tanisha.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Tanisha Avery-Harmon, and I'm very happy to be here with you all today. It is with great respect that I say thank you for sharing your sacred culture and land with us. As an African American woman, I know that I have shared experiences and pain with Indigenous people. I understand how it feels to know that our ancestors have suffered violence, genocide, murder, and rape throughout generations, and that pain can still be felt today. Like you, my people were taken away from their land. And their language was stripped away. In my previous English classes, I had professors who told us to choose our own topic and that we could write about anything we wanted to. It was important for me to write about the injustice African Americans face here in America. I chose topics like police brutality, Black Lives Matter, and terrorist attacks. I chose to speak about how Indigenous people and African American people were victims of terrorism long before 9/11. I was excited to receive my grades, but when I got my papers back, I would get D's and C's. It was dehumanizing, and I began to lose my motivation. My first thought was no longer, what do I want to write about? It was now, I know I can't write about that. I feared retaliation. I realized that my painful experiences and my strong feelings on topics that shaped my life values and beliefs were making certain professors angry and uncomfortable. They weren't interested in reading my truth. Their harsh grades reflected their discomfort. But don't feel bad for me, because my grades and my confidence improved once I made it to Cal State University Stanislaus. I have been taught by, and I have had meaningful conversations with some of Stan State's outstanding professors, like Professor Barbara Olave, Dr. Kilolo Brody, Dr. Ann Strong, Dr. Diane Navarez, Dr. Maria Mora, and Dr. Sandoval. These professors have acknowledged all of our experiences and motivate us to share them with each other every day. Psychology says there will be reasons why we meet people. Either you need them to change your life, or you are the one that will change theirs. These professors changed my life. I would like to say a special thank you to Dr. Sandoval for inviting me here today. She taught a class that was titled Writing, Race, and Power. When I read the title of her course, I knew that was the class for me. She taught me that it was my duty to write about my experiences. She left a comment on one of my papers that read, Tanisha, thank you for sharing such powerful information with us. You were intentional about your writing, and your words were very meaningful. She liberated me that day. She made it okay for me to write about structural racism, mass incarceration, as another form of slavery, social movements, and environmental racism. She made it okay to write about things that affected me. I no longer felt like I needed to alienate my experiences from writing because I would make someone feel uncomfortable. Dr. Sandoval taught me that what I share is important, and she influenced me and motivated me to write and express myself freely. If you haven't taken her course, Writing, Race, and Power, I highly recommend that you do. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Sandoval and all of the professors that I named. I will carry what I learned in your classrooms with me for the rest of my life. You were helpful in guiding me to understand how powerful writing can be, and I have been writing poetry fearlessly ever since. There is power in writing. Students, never allow yourself to become a victim of your fears. It is so easy for us to allow professors to oppress our minds and scare us into complacency, but don't let them. Speak your mind, tell your stories. I now receive A's from my writing. Today I would like to share a poem that I wrote called Black Man. I dedicate this poem to the Black men in my life who have shown me strength and resilience. My father, Lionel Avery, my husband, Avery-Harmon Jr., my brother, Kenneth Johnson, my brother, Anthony Johnson, and my sons, Jeremiah Harmon and Jeffrey Harmon. I hope you all enjoy this poem today. Black man, I'm trying to make it to the top and I can't stop. I'm chasing these degrees and I'm giving it all I got. I went from sleeping in a bed with my grandma to sharing the bottom bunk. But no matter what I went through, grandma kept us prayed up. It's my time now. The white man kept us down long enough. Now watch how I level up. I can't play around. The clock's ticking. My kids watching, following my footsteps like baby ducks, so I walk in the front to make sure they walk with their heads up. I want the American dream. To get to it, I had to wake up. I can't lay down. It's just me against the world. From a war on drugs to mandatory sentencing. Add gang enhancement charges, the courtrooms feeling like a lynching. I want more. I'm fighting for my life like it's the Civil War. I'm waiting on my people to realize the truth. But if you talk about the truth, they call a black man a coon. Well, I'm not a coon or a clown. When you realize your worth, black kings, they can't keep you down. The time to wake up is now. We weren't slaves, we were enslaved. You're not killing the enemy, you killing your brothers. You killing the dreams of a young black mother. Harriet Tubman didn't need a map to see the truth. Slavery wasn't about race, it was about wealth. She didn't have a GPS, but she went back to free the rest. Don't give up on yourself. Black man, you can walk on the moon too. Don't wait until it's too late. You gotta realize that you're great. Reach for the sky. Why would you roll over and go along with the law? Go out and get an education for our ancestors that died. Yeah, our ancestors died to get those chains off. Now they putting them back on and calling those chains handcuffs. Don't let them steal your freedom like they stole Indigenous Peoples' land. Breaking you down is all a part of the white man's plan. See, they didn't want you to read and they didn't want you to write. So why stay in a dark room when you can turn on the light? See, I'm gonna shine because my grandma taught me this little light is mine. So if you still don't get my message and you still don't understand, the two greatest threats of America is Indigenous people taking back their land and an educated black man.